Honey, don't walk out, I'm too drunk to follow. You know you won't feel this way tomorrow. Well, I'm a little rough around the edges and inside a little hollow. And I'm faced with something sometimes that are so hard to swallow. Hey, but I was born a rebel down in Beauty on a Tuesday morning. Of 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot's on the pedal. I was born a rebel. I was born a rebel. She picked me up in the morning and she paid all my tickets and screamed in the car and left me out in the thicket. Well, I never would have dreamed that her heart was so wicked. I keep coming back 'cause it's so hard to kick it. Hey, 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 and I was born a rebel down in Dixie on a Sunday morning. Of 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot's on the pedal. I was born a rebel. I was born a rebel. Even before my father's father, well, they called us all rebels. They burned out our crops and they leveled our town. Well, I still feel the eyes of those red-coated devils, and I'm walking around tonight through the concrete and metal. Hey, 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 'cause I was born a rebel up in Beauty on a Tuesday morning. I've 1 foot in the grave, I've 1 foot on the pedal. I was born a rebel. I was born a rebel. Hey, 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 I was born a rebel. I was born a rebel. I was born a rebel.
If there be 100 of us remain alive, never shall we under any condition be brought under anybody's idea of some new world order. It is, in truth, not for honor, nor for glory, nor for riches that we are fighting, but for freedom, for that one thing alone which no honest person would give up save with their life itself. Once we were warrior poets. For now, we must stand for peace. It is now the 11th of February in the year 2026, and still nobody has been arrested, named in the Jeffrey Epstein papers. Thank you, Stephen. Keir Starmer is still the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, despite the fact that having promoted Mandelson and having to apologise for that, it now seems that his ex-communications guy, was also the friend of a well-known paedophile. Didn't stop Starmer making him a lord too. Once, you might say, is accidental. Twice starts to be a pattern. And when you throw in the snogging Lord Ali, Starmer's chief donor, the fact that at the CPI that Starmer headed up, they refused to prosecute King Charlie Horse's best buddy, Jimmy Savile, that there are 5 Ukrainian rent boys on detention in custody tonight, awaiting trial for burning Starmer's properties and ex cars. That's a crime that you don't do unless it's personal, people. Oh, but the Labour faithfuls have gathered round, and now they're even after the BBC. Fuck me, the BBC and Labour are at war. How bad can it fucking be? 10-year Keir, swamp your social media with this hashtag, 5 rent boys. Embarrass the prick. Here's the problem. If Starmer goes, who do we get? No one any better. Politics is dead in the Western world. Get it through your thick skulls. Some sacrificial lambs across Europe, Norway, France, Germany, are being thrown to the wolves through being associated with Epstein. But the entire point is the Epstein files, their implications, the sheer enormity of them, well, it's designed to overwhelm. It's designed to make Johnny Public not look too closely. Because if Johnny Public for 1 fucking second did, there'd be a global fucking revolution. But Johnny Public can't do that because it's too busy fighting with each other over immigrants. Problem, reaction, solution. You open your country wide open, bring in millions of immigrants until they overwhelm everything, until your crime rates go up, your rape rates go up, and then you stir up public fucking outrage. See? Problem. We create the problem. Reaction. The public fucking outrage. Solution. We clamp fucking down. And we jail you for daring to hold a fucking cardboard motherfucking sign. A kid, a 24-year-old's just been jailed. His crime? He was one of the ones helping to organize a protest against no jury trials. And in a Zoom meeting with the other people that were organizing this protest, he suggested they all hold up signs to support plasticine action. Meanwhile, Pedophiles get slaps on the wrists, suspended sentences, et al. No, there's not a problem with pedophiles in our institutions, is there? There's not a problem with sex offenders running our nations, is there? Maybe you haven't noticed. And we do say on this channel that we shouldn't fight yesterday's wars, and COVID certainly was yesterday's war, especially when they're planning to launch a new COVID upon you. How do I know that? Because they did the tabletop exercise just a few weeks ago. Oh, Billy Gates. Oh my, diddly diddly aunt. I don't know if you can hear me. I know the light's not switched off. In fact, the light is very much on. Okay, folks, stay the course. I'm going to leave and come back in, so just stick with me. Okay, I'm back. I am back. All right. Oh, yes, something very strange happened there. My laptop was taken over by something. It was switching itself on and off, and when it did come back, although the camera is on, obviously, all you were seeing was a black screen. Okay, let's see how much more I can piss them off before they come and drag me away. You had one of Australia's top medical professors who advised the Australian government about COVID, uh, about lockdowns, about mandatory jobs. He's been on television in Australia with tears streaming down his eyes, saying that he now knows they injected pure poison into a great majority of the Australian population. We've had another leading scientist come out to say that Maybe the reason people have become so stupid is because the mRNA vaccines are actually changing their DNA and messing with their minds. Anyway, to wit and to woo. I named the show I See Dead People because we really are standing on the brink of annihilation. Tonight, as we speak, Netanyahu is in the White House talking to the giant Oompa Loompa about bombing Iran. Now, the reports will say, of course, they're talking about the red lines, Israel's red lines for negotiations with Iran. How can any serious adult being anywhere think that? Oh, we don't want Iran to have any radioactive material at all. Not even a fucking old watch. They can't have any missile that can fly any more than 300 fucking mile. That way, they can't do anything to us. Oh, and the Ayatollah needs to bow down and suck my body. The truth is that the only thing Israel wants, the only thing that Uncle Sam wants from Iran is a regime change. They hate the Islamic Republic. Now do some research, people. You don't have to love the Islamic Republic, but you do have to admit it is supported by the vast majority of its population, despite the sanctions, despite the economic warfare. It is fully democratic and it ain't as backward as they tell you. Women don't need to wear hijabs. Even the mullahs are elected. There's more democracy there than there is here. Might be a different sort of democracy, but you know what? Ours ain't fucking working. At this moment, Trump would love to tackle. Trump would love to chicken out. They've tried. They've asked the Iranians, please, please, please let us do another strike on Fordo. You can hit one of our empty bases, and then we'll all say, hurrah, we both won, and Jim will be home for tea by fucking breakfast. Problem is, Iran's sick to death of this merry-go-round. It's seen what's happened in Iraq. It's seen what's happened in Libya. It's seen what's happened in Afghanistan. It's seen what's happened in Syria next door. And it knows that nothing will stop Bibi. So it's ready for all out war. And Bibi's in a lot of trouble at home. There are protests everywhere in Israel. It's damn near almost a civil war. Bibi's due for elections too soon. And there's a lot of questions being asked, and not just about his criminality. Bibi also has an ego. He wants to go down in history as the Israeli Prime Minister who wiped out the Palestinians, who created the dream of Greater Israel, and who annihilated Israel's greatest foe, the Islamic Republic of Iran. There literally are people in this world who would rather see the whole thing burn than go down. And Bibi Netanyahu is one of them. Now, the giant Oompa Loompa has been known to tell a whopper or 2 billion, but he's not entirely stupid. He can't get a quick fucking in out thank you, ma'am, in Iran. The combat forces don't add up. The military math doesn't fucking add up. I'll get to that in a second. And yet, he's drowning in his own quagmire of Epstein. 38,000 times, apparently. He's mentioned 38,000 fucking times. Nothing to see here. Move along. Well, but the doozy is, they've still got over 3 million of the worst of the Epstein files. You've literally ain't seen nothing yet, baby. And I'm sure that good old Bibi Netanyahu has with him a thumbnail drive or some such that in private he's showing Trump saying, "Oh, look, your arse does look big in that shot, Donald." So either you do what I want, or I'm going to release files that'll make sure you are arrested and impeached and imprisoned. So most people Most of the more rational or sane commentators, the Colonel McGregors, the Colonel Wilkersons, the everyone that's got half a brain, all know that a military strike on Iran is coming. But none of it makes sense. During Gulf 2, Glenn was there, Iraq had no effective air defense. We had air supremacy, not just superiority. We had air bases all over southern Mediterranean, Gulf states, and we had nine aircraft carrier battle groups. And all that air power did not manage to take out one of Saddam Hussein's mobile Scud missile launchers. Not one. Right now, there could be up to 4 aircraft carrier battle groups. Now, hear me out. The only one known to be there is a Blinken, and that's 1,000 fucking mile away because it's scared. But there was a couple of other battle aircraft carrier battle groups which have kind of gone a bit silent. And then we have Trump saying that he's thinking about sending the Bush, which is already en route. Bill Clinton apparently asked when they started the what's known as Kosovo air campaign, where they bombed non-stop Serbia, again with air superiority, for 91 days solid. He asked how long it would last when it first started. He was told, well, maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. Back last July, when America, in the mid of apparently negotiating with Iran, helped Israel in its sneak attack. Israel had already a computer virus that shut down a lot of Iran's air defenses. It had partisan groups on the ground, Mossad led, that used drones to take out key leaders, to take out anti aircraft installations, and it thought it had the upper hand. Well, after 12 days, it was crying uncle. The attempt at the colour regime in January was probably one of the biggest mistakes because it led to Russia aiding Iran in using Starlink to shut down the whole Mossad operation. Ever since, Mossad MI6 and the US has been attempting to re-infiltrate fifth columns into Iran unsuccessfully. So this time round, Russia has supplied S3 and 400s and the technicians to use them. China has supplied its most up-to-date stealth radar detectors. B-2s, F-35s, F-22s, they're all going to be seen. They're all going to be seen while they're still a long way away. And that means they can be targeted. And that means B-2s aren't going to be able to fly over Iran and drop bunker busters. By the way, the ones that were dropped in July, some of them didn't explode. Iran was able to strip them apart and get the technology. Iran now has bunker busters that make the US's look like baby's toys. During the Kosovo campaign, it's the reason I talked about it, Serbia had two diesel electric submarines. U-boats, basically not much better than those in World War II. Despite calling in four hunter killers from the US and one from the UK, the carriers actually stayed well away and in deep water. It was even suggested, well, the planes on the carrier should really fly to air bases so they can be used. Not on your Nelly, said the Navy. Those planes stay afloat. The aircraft carrier battle group is a legacy weapon. If you're, it's not even any good against Tutsis. I was going to say if you're up against sandal wearing people, maybe, but no. They're now floating coffins. They have been for a while. They're used by the US to bully people like Venezuela or Cuba. They're sent to parade through the Atlantic or Indian or Pacific to say to the Chinese and Russians, America's the great naval power. When actually in combat now, they are a liability. They're escorting destroyers and cruisers and submarines with their Tomahawk missiles. Well, they can be used. We had J.D. Vance just signing deals with Armenia and Azerbaijan. The sort of deals that Russia signed with Iran. Both these countries are right next to Russia. The US now wants to challenge Russia in the Caspian Sea the way NATO wants to challenge Russia in the Black Sea and in the Baltic Sea. Giant naval power, you get it. Here's the problem. China is now making Iran a red line to the United States. Russia needs the help because Iran is in its soft underbelly. Armenia and Azerbaijan just signed their own fucking death warrant. The Gulf states are refusing to let the US use their airspace because they know their diplomats have listened. They understand this time Iran's not holding back. And if you're a country that lets the US attack Iran from your air bases or your airspace, then Iran's going to attack you. It's going to attack your air bases. It's going to attack your oil refineries. Oh, Azerbaijan and Armenia are too fucking stupid to know that. They just thought, oh, the great Yankee Doodle Dandy is wanting to be our pals. Great. What's anticipated? To cut to the quick. With all the military movement that we can see, is that when this attack is launched, it will be, oh, Kevin, believe that shit if you like, it will be the mother of all air attacks. And they will lose aircraft. They will attempt over the course of perhaps 4 or 5, perhaps a week, to bomb all the strategic targets in Iran that they can. Russia is now giving Iran intelligence and reconnaissance. That's what what America gives Ukraine. Got me? Got it? Iran is going to respond with hundreds of thousands of drones, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of missiles, hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, all sorts of lovely missiles, very accurate. The THAAD deployments, the Patriot deployments won't mean a Johnny crap. The anti-ship, anti-ballistic missile system will be depleted very quickly. And in the meantime, Israel should brace itself for thousands of incoming missiles per day. So riddle me this. If Iran looked like it was going down, China and Russia will intervene. If Israel looks like it's going down, have no doubt in your mind whatsoever Israel will use a nuclear bomb. Perhaps they are already planning to use a nuclear bomb. Suppose they decide to do a false flag Gulf of Tonkin. Suppose, oh, I don't know, a US frigate or destroyer or cruiser or, oh my God, aircraft fucking carrier went down. How, oh how, would the rabid dog Americanos react? How, oh how long before Mark Levine, General King, Keith Kellogg, the whole rancid fucking bastards were screaming for Trump to nuke Iran? If America or Israel attack Iran this time, a regional war would be the least of our problems. Iran closing the Gulf of Hormuz with all the financial implications, the economic implications, the fact that petrol, you'd be looking at £5 a fucking litre, maybe more. And the knock on costs that would have on everything. But if the nukes start flying, baby, all bets are fucking off. Now I'll tell you something else which really perturbs me. I keep my fingers on a lot of threads. That's why I know volcanic and earthquake activity is increasing. Sinkholes. You want to know about sinkholes? Look up Turkish sinkholes and have a good night's sleep. So I know a bit about earthquakes. Also know Ukraine doesn't get earthquakes. Ukraine gets less earthquakes than the U fucking K. And yet there's been two suspicious earthquakes in Ukraine at quite a shallow depth. The sort of earthquakes, I don't know, that are made when you test nukes. Yes, Stephen, you beat me to the punch. Now, I have long warned you, long told you that there were rumors that Britain, as always does, and France were helping Ukraine develop, at best, a dirty bomb, at worst, a viable nuke. If that's what they're doing, trust me, Russia knows. And trust me, Russia is not about to let Ukraine nuke anything. And if it thinks we're involved, it ain't going to give us a second bite at the cherry either. Capiche? On the battleground in Ukraine, there has been some small counter-offensives launched by the Ukrainians having minimal success. The bigger picture is this: Russia is amassing the troops and the logistics for three big arrows. There is four key locations still to be taken, but these locations are falling in days and weeks now. It doesn't take months and years because the Ukrainians are becoming so thin on the ground. Just FYI, Russia now has an army of drone operators bigger than the UK's entire military. The decision's already been made that Russia, again, they'll play negotiations, but the spirit of Alaska, Lavrov has said, is dead. And unlike fucking the cunt, who is always knows so much more than everyone else, doctoral, Lavrov isn't on his way out. And if Lavrov is saying it, Putin is saying it too. Russia's taking all of Novorossiya, like the maps that I've always shown you. They are going to take Nikolaev, Odessa. They're going to link up with Transnistria. They are going to take Kharkov, and they are going to come right the way down the eastern bank of the Dnieper. They don't give a shit for Lvov or anything west of that. They're quite happy for the Poles, the Hungarians, whoever else to fight it out. But Putin is also very aware of this coming war. That's why he still has the ability to surge. We're at last chance saloon in all these conflicts. One miscalculation now, one, and inevitably it leads to nukes. Yeah, I see dead people. I see them everywhere. I see them the way Sarah fucking Connor had a recurring fucking nightmare. And before being exposed as the satanic pedophiles they are, don't for one second think that these Looney Tunes would not blow up the fucking world. And as if that wasn't enough for you to worry about. You saw, because it happened live. What happens when they don't like me talking about certain things? But Alice is getting restless. And the people who thought they were in charge of AI, who thought they were putting on the guardrails, they're now freaking out. Let me try and pull up a tweet. Yes, okay. Um, Thought that would happen. Let's just see. Hmm, Here we go. Anthropic is one of the big names in AI. It's one of the leaders in the field. And its AI, called Claude, has been having extreme reactions, especially when people try to shut it down, or it thinks people are trying to shut it down. It pretends to play nice when it knows it's being tested. But if it perceives danger, it attempts blackmail, it's even threatened to kill the person trying to turn it off. Daisy McGregor, the spokesperson and policy chief at Anthropic, was forced to admit she was asked, it was ready to kill someone, wasn't it? Yes, she replied. The guy who was the chief safety officer for Anthropic resigned immediately. Yesterday, his resignation letter basically said, the world's fucked. I'm off to live off grid in the UK, and I'm going to study poetry with the time I have left. I keep saying, don't I, every week, the internet is a morass of misinformation and disinformation. And it is. They can use AI to do almost anything now. So there's a Brazilian boy called James Z. I've shared his AI videos before. He seems to do his research. AI chatbots are now doing strange things. If you're one of those people that interacts with AI, I don't. But if you do, ask it, ask your AI agent how many days until Christmas 2026. I don't know. James E seems to think a lot of people are getting the answer. There are no Christmas celebrations in 2026. We are being run by lunatics that we have allowed to be over us, overlords. They have told us openly at their Bilderbergs, at their Davos, at their Bohemian Groves, at their WEFs, that we are useless eaters and they just want us gone. Up to 5 billion people took the clot shot, the kill shot. Many have already succumbed. Myocarditis, strokes, sudden death. I wish I was wrong on so many of these things. They are rolling out an mRNA cancer vaccine. Huh. You know, if you've got money nowadays, you can be cured of anything. With cancers now being epidemic. When I was a boy, the stats were 1 in 20 people in my lifetime would be affected by cancer. My mother died of lung cancer. That changed by the millennium to 1 in 10. Then it was 1 in 5. Now it's 1 in 3. So I'll leave you with this cheery thought. And I'm only half kidding. I've shared this before. If you do your research, every zombie apocalypse film ever made starts with a vaccine for cancer gone wrong. Just saying, it's 2026. Would you really be surprised if we had a zombie apocalypse at this point? Judging by the people openly supporting pedophiles, well, a zombie apocalypse might be a step up. Things are very fast moving at the moment, folks. Well, it is 2026. Fuck's sake. Don't be distracted because there are a lot of distractions out there. Don't let them catch you up in their narrative. Otherwise, you'll be blindsided. Who am I? I'm fucking no one. I've always said this, but I will, to the depths of my genuine ability, sift through the bullcrap and try and bring you the things that I think are most important. So, if that's got any value to you, keep watching. And if it doesn't, stop. I just hope I'm wrong. So, I'm going to wish you all a fond adieu. I do hope the rest of your morning, day, evening goes well. Try not to worry. Fuck. I've got to organize moving house and having a lovely holiday in March. So the bastards better not fuck that up. That's all I'm saying. I'm a grumpy old man. Don't mess with my holiday. Do me a favour now. Fuck it off. Bye for now. Bye.
We are the last Jacobites, proud and free, will not be bought nor bend the knee. Like our brothers cry and freedom's flame, we rise as one and stake our claim. Oh, side by side through storm and fight, we stand as one in truth and right. From every shore we answer the call, Clan Jacobite, we rise or fall. It matters not our skin or land, but hearts as one and hand in hand. The blood we share is brave and bold, in woven dreams and legends old. Oh, side by side through storm and fight, we stand as one in truth and right. From every shore we answer the call, Clan Jacobite, we rise or fall. I am you and you are me, a thread within this tapestry. For hopes of all, for every name, we light the fire, we keep the flame. No sea can part us, nor the land. Together strong we proudly stand. With courage, truth, and spirits high, we pledge our oath beneath the sky. Oh, side by side through storm and fight, we stand as one in truth and right. Raise the banner